Hey everybody, Jim Ingersoll here, hanging out with my good friend Connor Steinbrook from the beautiful Dallas, Texas area. Connor, how are you?
I'm doing good, Jim. How are you? Always good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you again. And even before we hit record, Cheryl came over and said hello. Cheryl and I are always excited when we get to hang out with you guys, either in person or on videos. So I really appreciate you doing this today, and congrats on everything you've done with EXP, investing, internet marketing, YouTube, all that good stuff. And today we're going to talk about one of my favorite topics, Connor, which is marketing. You know me since like way back to Bank Elimination Blueprint days, when I always say NSM. NSM means never stop marketing. And marketing's changed so much in the last 5 to 10 years and continues to change really rapidly. And Connor is a thought leader in this area, and I'm super excited to dig into internet marketing, YouTube marketing, and video marketing today. Connor, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Jim. I just saw you had your big event up there. I couldn't get up there this year. I was actually on the road, but it looked like it gets bigger and bigger every year.
Dealmaker was amazing. It was I'll be honest, like my mind was blown when I walked into the room and I saw like 200 people absolutely packed in. Because you've been to my event before, and we've always been in like the 100 to 125 range. It was very humbling, but my mind was totally blown. And just everybody who came, I greatly appreciate every single one of you. Everybody's asking me to do this more than once a year, so I'm trying to work out planning and figure out what to do next, Connor. But just everybody stay tuned, because there will be more stuff coming. And I'm going to get Connor back with us too.
It's a good value packed event. It's good to see the numbers go up and not down. So,
it is. And I think the content was great. Again, many of the speakers, and just to hear the testimonials at the end and to see the impact that's been made over the years, that's the part that really is legitimately touching to Cheryl and I. So thanks for asking about that. But Dealmaker was really awesome. And, I noticed on my YouTube channel, because I've been working on it more, that I finally crossed 28,000 hours of video watched.
Wow.
And I thought, my gosh, OMG, 28,000 miles or hours. Sometimes I think like my subscribers are, is scaling slowly, but I've just been doing so many videos for so long. I guess the cumulative effect, to me, 28,000 hours was a lot.
That's one of the biggest reasons video is powerful. It's a leveraging duplication system for you and your business. So right now, while we're filming this video, we both have hundreds of little video soldiers out there crawling the internet, driving income streams. So we'll talk about that. We can maybe talk about direct mail, then cold calling, and then how to get to video marketing, because it's the transition I made. And this is the best way to build a business, in my opinion. But I'm able to have now 10 different income streams off my YouTube channel, which we could probably talk about. But actually, let's bring it up right now, because when I got into business, that I struggled incredibly bad, and I reached out to you, and you had a big part of me turning around my beginning of my business, learning marketing tips from you. But we know that things that we were doing 5 years ago just don't work anymore. Direct mail is very difficult, very expensive, hard to scale. So I used to try direct mail and bandit signs, and then I transitioned mainly into internet strategies, cold calling, and virtual assistants and things like that. And then primarily all my businesses are built through video and internet marketing right now. And so kind of how I got into the YouTube, people want to know, is I struggled. I went almost 100 grand debt, as Jim knows, and I ran out of money, but I had time. And that's what I want you guys to understand. You have work ethic and belief and goals. And if they're strong enough and your goals are big enough, you can do it with just time, because the internet, these free little millionaire makers and these free platforms allow you to build a business. So I went out there on the internet, and I was researching how to build a business with no money. And I came across, how to build WordPress sites and investor carrot websites. And I built websites that ranked organically. And one of the ways I did this was through YouTube. I was linking private YouTube channels to my websites because Google had acquired YouTube, and it forced optimization up. And I learned very early on the power of YouTube. And that's kind of how I transitioned into building my Investor Army channel. But what I realized was it solved every problem simultaneously that I was having in my marketing business. So the big problem that these agents and investors have, Jim, is number one, they can't generate leads. Number two, they start to generate leads, but they spend too much money to generate these leads. So you see these individuals spending 10 grand a month in direct mail, but washing out the costs. Or the third thing they do is they can generate leads, but it's not scalable. It's taking too much time to do it. So video marketing simultaneously solves all these problems at once. And that's why people have to be doing this right now.
All right. So, okay. So we talked about bandit signs, direct mail, and then you started to build out your carrot site, which Trevor's done an amazing job. Trevor Mock's been on my podcast. And the way that you got that to really rank was by integrating like a combination of YouTube and that carrot site.
Yeah, I was linking. So Google acquired YouTube, and so videos have a high domain authority, I guess what they call it. When you launch them, you'll see that your videos will rank really high in the organic search results, and then over time they'll get driven down. But YouTube can help the optimization of your websites when you are driving traffic to it and linking your videos and your channel to your web pages.
So if somebody's just trying to figure out, like they're tired of spinning their wheels, because a lot of people are spending a lot of money trying to get the motivated seller right now, or to find a referral to list a house or sell a house, all three. And they're trying to figure this out. So everybody now, they've been virtual assistants. You've done that. You did a great job with that, by the way. And then the big thing now is cold calling, RBM, and text blast. All of those have regulatory issues. You don't have any regulatory issues at all with just driving internet traffic.
Right. So it's no longer about what you know or who you know, but it's who knows you. So we all know the saying about what you know, but who you know. You need to be in a position of credibility, which attracts attention and dollars, right? So you should be able to be known in your marketplace. And one of the ways you do this is to get out on video. So if you guys, a lot of you guys that watch Jim's channel probably go down the self-development path. If you look into communication, they've proven over the years, lots of studies, it's broken down to 3 areas. The actual words you say, the way that you deliver the message, and the nonverbal communication alongside of it. And they've actually proven it's a 10-45-45 ratio, or something very close to that. So 10% is actually the words you're saying or the text. So everybody's so concerned with the script, but it's almost irrelevant when you think about how powerful the communication process is with the other parts. The way you deliver the message, the tempo, the delivery, why a certain actor hits the punchline or a comedian hits the line just right, or you see a politician or minister in order, a great speaker. And then 45% is the nonverbal side, the body language. So, for example, you have 2 different movie stars go for a role. They have the exact same script. They're saying the exact same words, but one's going to make a bunch of money and get the part. So it's not about what you say, it's about how you say it. And then the communication behind it, nonverbal, because if you can't look someone in the eye, you don't know if you want to work with them. So there's a number of reasons video marketing is strong. For one, when we have leads come in off a video lead, I think we close on 1 of 3 houses or get the listing 3 times. When they come in off other marketing strategies, it's about 1 to 15 is what I tracked. Now, the reason for that is we've already built the rapport ahead of time. So they're not going to call someone off the internet if they don't unconsciously at least understand that this is someone that they've already vetted or would be willing to work with. If they think you're slimeball or they don't want to work with you, they're not going to pick up the phone. So they've already kind of vetted you ahead of time. So you're saving a lot of time right there. But another thing is, we're getting calls, Jim, like from people all the time that are like, hey, I got your postcard. We're looking to sell a house. And I'm like, I don't send postcards. And I couldn't figure out what's going on. What's happening is other people in my market are sending postcards. They're spending their dollars on the postcard with a We Buy Houses or Sell Your House Fast. They're throwing it in the trash. Then a few months later, they decide they need to sell. They remember the slogan or tagline. They go on the internet, they type that in, and they find my video. They think that was the company that mailed them, and then they call me. So these are some things that you got to realize, guys. You can communicate with your clients or customers ahead of time, and you're coming with a position of building credibility ahead of time. Plus, when you're found on the internet and someone else is not found on the internet, how reputable do they look compared to your company? So lots of different reasons why video marketing is going to be the game changer for you in 2020.
So would you say, like, whether you're a property manager, a landlord, somebody flipping, a realtor, a broker, commercial, residential, wholesaler, all of the above should have an individual focused YouTube channel?
I mean, absolutely. I mean, people ask me this all the time. They're like, should I be doing video marketing? Should I be on creating videos? And it's like, to me, the way I see it is like, should you drink water today? Like, I don't think it's an option in 2020 going forward. We no longer ride horses, we drive cars, guys. Like, technology's here. And you need to start building your digital footprint on the internet, because they're going to, so for example, like when I go to a homeowner, Jim, and I give them my card, I say, here's what I want you to do. Here's who I am. Go check me on the internet, see if you can find anything bad about me, see what you can find out there, and go search the other companies that came out here as well, just so you have a good idea of who you're going to potentially work with. Oh, by the way, here's my title company, here's my lender, give them a call as well. Third-party person that's reputable. They've been here forever. They'll tell you, I've never backed out of a property. I've never backed out of a contract in my entire career. And I've always closed, and I never try to knock people down prices. So I'm building a credibility position in multiple areas. Third-party credibility from other individual third-party companies in the marketplace. And then they're going out there on the internet and they see that I've got, the big YouTube channel, video out there all over the place. And then when they go find my competitor, they can't find them anywhere. So I'm winning lots of heads up battles. And many times I get the property for thousands of dollars less than competitors are offering because they have the confidence that I'm going to close. And if they've got $50,000 up in equity at risk because they're going into foreclosure in a short time to figure it out, they don't want to gamble this. And sometimes taking an offer $3-5 less, but a guaranteed close with more confidence, they'll take that offer.
I agree. So, but a lot of people will push back. They'll say, I don't have time. I hate being on video. Why on earth would anybody want to see me on a YouTube channel? It takes too much time. But it's really easy. All you got to do is get a Gmail, and then you very quickly can create a YouTube channel, right? So can you dispel some of those myths and maybe give some tips on what type of videos realtors, investors, property managers, landlords, flippers, whatever should be thinking about?
Yeah, I mean, it's just, they don't understand it. You don't have time to not do this because there's only so many different ways you can compress time. So how does how does a high performance individual do more than someone else in a normal time frame? They're doing things while other things are being done, while basically they're investing time on something once that's working
Right.
for them, they're doing at this current time, which is the same reason we're all in the business in the first place: residual income, recurring income. So for example, I have a couple of videos on my channel that have hundreds of thousands of views. And to talk about watch time, if you trade 10 minutes to film a video and then you have 100,000 people watch it, you're getting 100,000 times the return on your time than you put into it. So one of my videos actually went kind of mini viral in the YouTube, or at least in the real estate space, has like 450,000 views. That would fill up Cowboy Stadium almost 5 times over.
Wow.
And say you don't have time to create a 15-minute video that has the potential on a free platform, if you do this correct and it just resonates correctly and it gets pushed by the algorithm, to get that type of return on attention, because business is built off attention. Think about your event, Jim. 200 people come there, and it's difficult to fill a room these days. So that's an incredible feat right there alone. But what you're really doing is you're getting 200 individuals' attention and time. So right now you're getting the same attention on a video. So when someone watches a 1-hour podcast like this, that's the same thing as them driving out to a seminar or an REI club to trade 1 hour of their time. You're fighting for time is what you're trying to do. Now, this is important to understand, guys. The more attention you have in your marketplace, the more business is going to come to you, the more referrals, the more newer agents, the more newer investors in your market are going to work with you. So to give you a couple of ideas of different ways to build a channel, a lot of new agents, a lot of new investors, they're going to say, well, I don't have this big business, or I'm just new in the business. A lot of big channels are growing right now, guys, as people are documenting their rise up. I mean, I have a first-year agent that's closed over 40 deals. All he's done is document his deals on Facebook, at the title company, saying, I helped John, I helped Susan. They're getting testimonials live in the business. And you have time leaks throughout the day while you're at the property waiting for a buyer, you're at the title company, you're going to have these little 5, 10, 15-minute leaks in the day where you can easily knock out a 1 or 2 minute video. So by saying they don't have time, it's just an excuse. They do have the time. They just don't want to do it. A lot of it, the reason why people don't put themselves on cameras, it's a lack of self-esteem, the fear of judgment. Same reason
I don't like
don't.
it. It's what it is. I mean, like when you and I first met, way back then, and I did all those videos for Bank Elimination Blueprint, I didn't like any of this. But, you get more comfortable as you go. It gets a lot easier.
Well, we wouldn't even know each other, and I wouldn't be here right now if you hadn't have done all those videos.
I know. It's amazing.
I mean, so you were kind of ahead of the curve, doing this.
Now you're ahead, which is cool.
Well, I cracked the code of the algorithm. So, I mean, a lot of people can do what I do. They just don't understand that there's certain rules that these algorithms operate with. And before this podcast, I showed you a couple of them. So there's some little tips and techniques. For example, there's a big agent who I was reaching out to just now. I saw his channel. He's got like 100 subscribers. He posts 7, 8 videos in a row, one after another, boom, 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 boom. And the reason why you don't want to do that is if you don't have a certain type of traffic source, if you're relying on current viewership, you're getting knocked out of what's called the browse feature. And this is way too long to go into this, but just essentially showing you that the algorithm operates a certain way. It's knocking his other videos out before they can even find them. So the only one that's going to be found is the one that he recently posted. So people are just making mistakes. They don't even know what they don't.
How often should you post, ideally?
So
What is that browse feature timeline?
yeah, so about
Approximately?
everything they say, so all the experts I've talked to say there's a 48-hour window before
Okay.
you get knocked out of the browse feature. So the browse feature is essentially, if you go to my website or you go to Investor Army or you go to Jim's YouTube channel, you click his video, depending on who you talk to, they say there's about a 7 to 30-day window when your videos will be suggested in front of other people. So you click on my video, you pop back on YouTube, what are you going to see? Some of my videos being suggested, because YouTube's algorithm is saying you clicked on Connor's video on Investor Army once, and you may be interested in watching another one of his videos. So we're going to suggest a few more videos to see if you click on it. And as long as you keep clicking on these videos, we'll keep suggesting this. This is why consistency is important. Now, that's one of the traffic sources. You have suggested traffic sources. You have search traffic source, which are based off keyword research, SEO optimization. You have notification traffic sources. You have in-screen traffic sources, external traffic sources. And I kind of teach all this stuff. This is important because a lot of people go spend $1,000 making a video and a lot of time, and they post it, it gets 7 views, and they get frustrated. They don't do it again. When it's not the video that's not great, it's that they were never found. There's a whole pre-content side of YouTube and video on all platforms that if they don't find your video, it does not matter how good your video is. So you have your thumbnails, your titles, your tags, your descriptions, and how this works together all happens before your video is even found. So it's very important to understand this. But to kind of get back to your question, there's 2 different ways to think about this. It's either massive volume approach, which is then it's as many times as you can a day, but that's not going to work until you've kind of got a little bit of name recognition,
Right.
and you can't do this without a team. Now, if you're just starting out, you need to do at least once a week is what most people tell you. But the best perfect cocktail sauce that most creators will tell you is 3 times a week, 48 hours apart, 10 to 12 minute videos, really is as much past the 10-minute video as possible, or as little past the 10-minute video as possible, but as short as possible, meaning 10 minutes and 1 second is the best video, because after 10 minutes, you can run multiple ads on your video, and YouTube is about making money through advertising. So after 10 minutes, you can run embedded ads. So if you film a 9-minute and 59-second video, and I film one that's 10 minutes and 1 second, it's 2 minutes, 2 seconds longer, which is nothing for the viewer, but I can run multiple ads on it. And let's say you run 1 ad on yours, I run 3 ads on mine. As a business, who would you promote this video out there in the marketplace? Now, they say they don't do this.
When you're monetizing with YouTube, you do want it to be the ad at the beginning, and then you also do them periodically throughout?
I do. I put them in there. So people are becoming immune to this. It used to be that like people didn't want to run ads on their videos because, because they're thinking that it's going to run their audience off. But for example, here's a good analogy. So I have my investor care websites. The ones that I run ads to are a completely different landing page. It's very high converting. It's short. It's clean cut. But the websites I built to be found by the algorithm do not flow well. They're chunky. They don't look good. But that's what I had to do to get them to be found. So would you rather be found and get 2 out of 10 leads to convert, or not be found at all? And so when I run ads to this, because I can place them in front of people, I may convert 8 out of 10. But if I ran that website as a normal website, I couldn't get anybody to find it. So I get 0 out of 10. So think about that with your videos. If you run ads and you're getting more people to see it, but less people come back versus no people finding your video in the first place, I don't know if I confuse some people here, you're still getting more views. And so
that's just a self-limiting belief anyways.
Right. And
that I've had.
You just got to do it because
Hey, here's the other question for you. How important are comments? Like all of our listeners right now, if you're listening to this, leave me a comment. Just say, hey, thanks for this, Connor, or, link over to Connor's Investor Army site or whatever. Does that help the algorithm as well?
Absolutely. So YouTube rewards engagement. So you got to realize they're not watching your videos. They're only calculating things off triggers. Thumbs up, thumbs down, shares, comments are a big one. So if you look at the most viewed videos out there, they also have the longest comment threads. So like my most viewed video has like almost 2,000 comments on it.
Oh my gosh.
And so one of the things that you guys can do to increase your comments is there's what's called a comment pin. Just like if you went to a bulletin board and pin something on it, you can pin your first comment so it stays at the top. And so when you post a video, when you go to your comment thread on your own channel and you type a comment in and you hit submit, I guess you could say, to the right, you're going to have 3 little dots, dot, in a linear line. If you click on that, you'll have an option to pin it. if you hit pin, you'll pin your comment on the first comment line of that video, which means it will never go below. So let's say 200 comments there, that will always be at the top. This is for you to do a call to action if you're a real estate agent, get a free home evaluation, if you're getting a free ebook, if you're doing something as a call to action to your business. But what you can also do here is create an engaging question. So what do you guys think, guys? What do you guys think? Am I an idiot or am I wrong here? Or what do you think, would be another great way to do this, or something that's going to entice people to start a comment thread? And so like, people are scared of having haters. I love haters. That's actually what's built my channel, because when they start commenting, I push back and I fuel them. I fuel the fire, and then they start commenting back. And then other people that are loyal to my channel start defending me, and it starts a comment thread. And so guys, you're going to have haters no matter what. So why not use them to build your channel?
Embrace it.
Yeah, there's no way you're not going to not.
Hey, all you got to do is start talking about like Bernie Sanders is socialist or something these days. And there you go. See, look at all the comments flying in.
I mean, that will definitely work. So I personally stay away from politics and religion and race and all that stuff. I stay neutral. But if you do, you will build a big channel, because or you'll have a lot of engagement, put it that way. You're going to be polarized. You just don't want to be in the middle. You want to be somewhere on the polar side there to create, to catch attention, I guess you could say. But yes,
like Daniel Clayman would be perfect at that. He's extremely direct and never wavers and doesn't care, right?
And that's the other one. Just be real. When people feel like you're being someone that you're not. So like, even if you are a little obnoxious and you offend people, people like being real. If they know that you're just being politically correct, they can feel it off you. And so just be yourself, guys. A lot of people want to try to like create a character.
Let's talk about like how to shortcut all this, because it's a lot to learn. When I started investing like 15 years ago, Cheryl, YouTube wasn't even invented yet. Like, I had to do old school postcards and mail them with I had to put stamps on. I mean, there was no automation at all, and I had no way to learn. But all this stuff is available, but it can be overwhelming to learn it. So let's talk about how somebody can shortcut that by getting help from somebody like yourself.
Yeah, I mean, so, as I was saying before, like people ask me how I would do all these other marketing strategies, and it was all about cold calling and virtual assistants. Is how I really, one of my early ways to build my business. And now it's all about how to build a business through video marketing. So some of the masterminds I was in, people kept pressing me on how to do this. So I created a course, a YouTube training course for real estate professionals. Really, it's one of the only ones that's ever been created, and it's got over 100 videos in it. And this we break down anything and everything, guys. Short, step-by-step, 1 to 2 minute videos showing you how to set up your channel art, your channel sections, all the best practices, how to understand the algorithms, the analytics, how to understand, how to create thumbnails, how to understand which softwares to use to create your titles and your tags, and how to optimize your videos, and strategies on how to build a business, different income streams you can build off. So it's a full comprehensive course that I created for people to learn how to do this, because it is confusing. And then when you go through it and someone says points directly to how to do it, it's really quite simple when you look at it.
So, and I've been going through it, so I'm learning a lot. Plus you've given me more tips today. Thank you, which I really appreciate it. How can somebody get, I'll put the link in my show notes, but otherwise, what's the best way for somebody to get more info on that?
Well, so, the best way is just to get it from the link here. So we'll give Jim a link here. And then guys, if you want more support and more help after that, this is a really great foundation. But so I partnered up with Mike Sherrard. Some of y'all know who I'm talking about. He's also got a growing YouTube channel, big Instagram following. He's voted top 30 social media agent in the world behind $1 Million Listing. We created an online social media mastermind, weekly mastermind with live calls for you guys to hop on there and ask us questions, literally live time. So like this week on Thursday, probably this video won't be out by then, but we're doing an actual video that Mike's going to post on his channel. We're going to tag it. We're going to show you the tools we do. We're going to pick the title, the tags, show how we optimize the video, and we do all this behind the scenes. So we're showing you guys how to build businesses with video marketing through Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and podcasting. And we're digging in high level. And it's a monthly membership fee. Because so many people join so quick, we're actually limiting it, or we're actually going up on the price, I guess. So it's going to be $67 a month for you to access and cancel anytime. So, yeah, we'll have a link below this. Or if you want to go to that, it's social.
What an incredible value. That's like Daniel Clayman and I do Inner Circle. and it's $97 a month. I mean, everybody should be in it because it's value packed. And I'm sure yours is the exact same way. So thanks for doing that. And these platforms are powerful. I mean, you guys follow me like on Twitter, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, Facebook. I got my Facebook group, Connor, is growing like crazy. It's growing at over 100 people a week right now. Real Estate Investor Success. It's crazy how you can connect with people all over the country, all over the world, and come together and help a lot of people.
Okay.
So you can get the info on the YouTube course below in the show notes or on the social media.
Yeah, our website.
But what do you call it again? I didn't get that right.
Yeah, our website is socialstrategymastermind.com.
There it is.
I'll put a link below here. But also, think about this, Jim. So, like, someone hijacked. So, I need you guys' help. If you guys want to complain to Facebook for me or go into my Facebook group, someone stole my Facebook group and I can't get her off of it.
You're kidding.
My Facebook group got hacked. My Facebook account got hacked by someone overseas.
Huh.
During that time period, they said that I abandoned my Facebook group because I wasn't able to get into it for long enough. Someone stepped in. She hijacked my account. She won't give it back. We can't get Facebook. So, guys, if you want to help me out and you're in my group, start blasting the person that runs it and say you're going to report her because
at the Investor Army group.
Yes, I can't get into it. She stole my group. It's ridiculous. So, guys,
let's see. So I'm thinking this through because my group's growing really fast. So we're at like say 16,000 people. I guess to prevent that, I should have an admin person, correct?
Correct. And as long as you stay, so I'm not quite sure what the ruling is, but I think after you've not been active on it for a while, and some of you guys do this, go to big one and you let people, they're doing the activity in there and you're not staying engaged. And I guess I lapsed past that time period because I couldn't get in there. So it wasn't like an issue of like, hey, I abandoned this. It was like I was hacked.
Access it.
But now she's got it. And so be careful, guys. If you have these groups, you're putting time, energy, and effort in, as well as your other followings. This is another good tip, guys. So Mike, who's my partner with the social strategy mastermind.com that we just talked about, he had his IG account hacked, and he had to get a high-level guy in the country to go to Instagram essentially to get it back because someone stole his photos and created a similar one, and they thought that he was hacking the other one. So this is important, guys. You're building your IG, your Facebook, your YouTube, your LinkedIn. You need to drive your traffic from different platforms to different platforms to protect your future. So think about what happened to all those Viners or people on Periscope, all these people that built big followings at one point. They didn't drive their traffic to other platforms. When those disappeared, they disappeared with them. The people that drove their following from Vine to YouTube, like Logan Paul, now have tens of millions of people, and their life is, as you can see. So make sure you work really hard to drive your traffic as well as your channels to build a business into an email list. So if for anything did happen for freak chance, you still have what you built essentially, which is the following, right?
And here's another thing. While I'm thinking about all this people getting hacked, I've never had my social media accounts hacked. But anyways, I do know somebody who had an Airbnb account hacked, and somebody in another country not only hacked it, but they also diverted the bank account that gets funded.
Yep.
So he was literally about minus $30,000 when he caught it. So it's a good practice, everybody, to change up your passwords and make them a little more complicated for your social media accounts, but also if you're doing Airbnb and stuff like that, consider the same. It's a good takeaway tip.
Well, just drive off, and here's a little golden nugget for your audience that's struggling with YouTube and video marketing stuff. So drive everything off to an email list. Obviously, you need to have your email list, which most people are not doing, Jim. You've been doing this for years. A lot of the old school marketers, like when I started, we built our buyers list through emails. I'm including myself in there.
Yeah.
I'm talking about these young kids coming up. They don't understand email list marketing because they're doing it all through video marketing. And so you get your list, and one of the biggest algorithm triggers that you can have help your channel is your post launch velocity when you launch a video. So that's why people say like, share, and subscribe, hit the notification bell. So when you hit that notification bell, so guys, when you're calling for a call to action or a CTA to subscribe, make sure you say, hit your notification symbol. When they click that, when you post a video, it's going to notify people. So think about this. If Jim and I both have 1,000 subscribers, we both post a video within 24 hours, 10 people watch Jim's video, 100 people watch my video, YouTube can only suggest that to one person. Who are they more likely to suggest it to? So you want to have a high post-launch velocity. And one of the ways to do this is to email your email list. Don't do this all the time, but say you know a really good video you're putting out, they're going to like. Email them and say, guys, in 30 minutes or an hour, we're posting this video, so that you're going to get more people to watch it right after launching it. Another way to do that is to promote it on your other social media. Hey guys, I'm posting a video in 1 hour. You're going to love this. This is an incredible podcast. You know, I do a lot of podcasts. This one is definitely one you want to watch. I know you guys are busy, but definitely watch this one. Also your post-launch velocity, your notification symbol. And then, you know, making sure that you add your newest video to end screens right after you post it. So there's certain things I teach you guys in the course along this to really make sure that you get that launch.
I'm glad you brought that up, because I just watched that on your training yesterday.
Yeah.
And I hadn't really thought about emailing my list prior to launching the video. I never really think all this stuff through. So that's something new I'm going to start doing. So I appreciate that. And then, you know, I could go to my Facebook group and give them a heads up. You could do a premiere and whatever, right? A lot of things.
Yeah, on your IG, guys, if you have followings on other accounts, don't try to post a long video on your IG. That's not what they're there for. Say, guys, here's a little nugget. So like Mike will do a little Instagram story, guys. I just dropped a fire videos coming out on this here in the next 60 minutes. So you're, the other thing you can do to help increase your post-launch velocity, guys, is to this is something I need to do a better job at, is to have in your channel art or set a time that you're going to post every week. So say you're posting 2 videos every week, Monday, Wednesday, 8 a.m. so that your audience is conditioned and trained to know that they can delegate, or that they can basically have that time allocated out to watch that at that time, just like television does. So what happens is they're going to get used to knowing that every Thursday, 7 p.m. Central, Jim's going to put out a video. So now they know that Jim's going to put one out every week. So they're more likely to go watch it if they are a real follower of you, so that when it posts, you're getting immediately people to watch it, but also people that are loyal to your channel because they know that's coming out. So they're most likely to watch your video all the way through, which is another huge algorithm trigger, is watch time. So let's say you have 100 people watch your video right in the beginning. And so you have all 100 watch 100% versus all 100 watch 10% and click off. Which video do they think is going to be more important? But let's also consider, say, out of 100, let's say 100 people watching the first 24 hours. Let's say most people that watch 100% watch in the beginning versus the last 10 people watching in the end, if that makes sense. So beginning 10 out of 10 people watch 100% versus 1 out of 10 people watch 100%. That's a big difference, because they're calculating how many views, how many people of those views are watching a decent amount of watch time of it. So you want your most loyal people to watch it all the way through in the beginning. And guys, if you're watching other people's channels and you support that channel, even if you have to leave, let that video run all the way through. Because if you're one of the first people to watch it and you click off, say there's 5 people and 5 people click on and click off, that can hurt the math on it, if that makes sense.
I might be hurting myself on some of these when I double check, you know?
Yeah, it's a good tip.
All right, good. Well, I'm going to let mine just roll through it, man. We're going to slide. All right, got it. Okay, so click the link below. Check out Connor's YouTube channel, Investor Army, and follow Connor in Facebook, Instagram, and everywhere else. But go check out the training. There's some simple things everybody can do, whether you're a realtor, broker, wholesaler, flipper, landlord, all of the above. Should be using some video marketing. And consider his mastermind as well. Connor, thanks for being my guest today.
Yeah, thanks, Jim. Always good to see you. Appreciate you having me on.
It's good to catch up with you. And again, all of our listeners, now you should be engaged. So make sure you leave us comments, share the content, show some love here to Connor. Go subscribe to his channel as well. And Connor is a giver and is doing great things between EXP, investing, internet marketing, all of the above. Multiple income streams is the way to go. Connor, congrats on everything you've done.
Thanks, Jim. Appreciate you.
All right, guys. Thanks again for everybody that listens in, all of our success listeners. You guys are all rock stars, and we appreciate each and every one of you guys. Have a great day.